none of the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing games did anything particularly special, and that remains true for the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 3. Taking the action RPG genre, the gameplay feels like it's been lifted straight from similar games like Diablo and Torchlight, both of which arguably do it better. However, what the Incredible Van Helsing does do is introduce a nice Lovecraftian steampunk theme that makes it stand out from other similar games. Starting the game, I'm thrust into the end of a trilogy, which unfortunately I haven't kept up to date with, so I found myself nice and confused as it laid out a tale of civil wars and betrayal at the hands of Prisoner 7. Prisoner 7 is apparently Van Helsing's nemesis, a fact that he harps on about at every available opportunity, and some unavailable ones, making some of the dialogue feel quite shoehorned in. Not that that's a bad thing in this case, for it really is the B-movie dialogue that kept me coming back. While the game certainly does well with its dopamine responses, gifting you plenty of rewards as you play through the game and constant level ups, it really is the story that kept me involved. That and the constant moving from interesting environment to interesting environment. The very first stage, for example, sees you diving into a laboratory of what could only be described as a mad scientist. Within this, you must hunt down enemies specific to this area, wiping them all out with very little thought going into the actual action. You click to say where you want to go, and then you click on what you want to kill, then you click on the special ability you want to use, at least until you've learnt the hotkeys. Eventually in this area, however, I found 4 characters. All of them in a mind-swapping machine. One was a werewolf, one was a cat, one was a man, and one was a woman, and they had all had their minds melded, or swapped, I should say. This led to some comic dialogue as the cat purred whatever body he was in, and the werewolf was annoyed that he wasn't constantly rending flesh from the other characters. Your task with these people was to actually try and get them back into their right bodies, but in my case I failed and watched them all pop in front of my very eyes. I don't honestly know if there was another way of this playing out, but the whole interaction felt solid and comic within the constant mini-quests. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 3 certainly don't feel as polished or complete as some other games in the genre, which is perhaps to be expected when it's only part of a trilogy. Picking it up now, you certainly miss out, so if you are interested, it might be worth doubling back and going to the beginning again. But it certainly proves an interesting change in tone and environment from these other games, and worth a look if they're your thing.